one last paint touch-up before we head to the bumper shop tomorrow. Probably still leave the tailgate off until the bumper is back and painted as well. But I am going to get this resprayed. That is where the roll pan hit the tailgate here, because there was very little clearance at this low end to begin with. So as soon as it got bent upward and the tailgate got lowered, it ran right into it. The day has finally come. In person, I've been waiting about a month, but we are finally off to the welding shop to get this whole situation nice and fixed up. Alright, so once you fought to get it out of the box, because they definitely packaged it very, very well, generally speaking, you're going to find your mounts here that start on your frame. You'll get those bolted up with your factory hardware. And then we're going through the instructions over there. And then we'll be going after our big centerpiece, then our outer pieces into our bars. Over here, these are little D-ring things for your recovery hooks. Here, these finish off the sides of your bars and whatnot. And we will show you every step of the way. Per the instructions, we have that big center section nice and braced up there. So we'll get that put together, and then we will move back over to the truck. We just got our bumper mounts tightened and leveled before we bring our center section over. Alright, important first tip. When you're snugging your brackets up and making sure they're level here on your frame, you have a notch here, and I believe there's a notch on this other side. It's still open. Yeah, you can look in there. There's two notches that this thing is going to sit right into to be nice and sturdy. So if those are off, then the rest of it's going to be off. Just make sure they're level and all good. Another step down, we got our top bars nice and centered here, tacked up. He used a piece of wood to fit in between the bar and the bed right here. The gap there and the gap on that side is exactly the same. So now we will go about tacking in our lower bars. We're now trying to line our rear bar up, and we're comparing it to our front one here that does stick out of the fender just a smidge, but that actually prevents it from taking out the headlight if you were going to hit it there. Used the end pieces and the little center brace there to kind of line it up as well. Alrighty, so stepping back here looking at it, you're not going to be able to tell on camera, but that bottom right bar that he's holding is tilted just a smidge outward on the right side. So since we only tacked it, we can go back and then we're going to re-angle it so it's a little bit more tucked in like that driver's side there. this point, we have done all the important steps of building it on the truck. We made sure it clears our spare tire carrier there, as well as our hitch, which is still slid back for the roll pan, but we put some 2-inch square tubing in there to extend it out, and you do have some adjustment with your bolt holes as well. And then, of course, our side tubing, we got that nice and lined up. It matches on both sides. So once we get done here, we'll still be able to do our spare tire for our train horns, use our hitch if we ever need to. And then the only other thing we need to double check is over here. We'll cut the zip tie on this light pod. Just make sure that we have enough room where our light tab goes here to actually fit that in there. And then these two center sections will just get welded in over on the table, so you don't have to sit here and try and do it on the truck. So these are standard 2-inch light cubes, and we are going to put our mark right about 4 inches there. That way it doesn't get too tight against the bottom of this pipe, but it still spaces it out here visually. And then right there is where we're going to put our D-ring mounts for each side. Okay. So I did space out this one plate that goes right here. So we will actually be mounting our cube tab on the back side of this top bar and pushing it over as little as we have to just to clear this one plate right here. Bumper is pulled off and on the table. Since little brother drove, we're actually just going to leave the truck here. We'll run over to the house 2 blocks away, let him finish it up, and we'll be back to see the finished product. Now that our bumper is welded and we waited out the 3-day snowstorm, I got it fully set up and wiped down, and we're going to get it sprayed with some adhesion promoter before we hit it with our usual truck bed coating. And then once that dries for a good while, I will have it flipped over, and then I'll get the backside sprayed. I forgot to pick up the camera when I actually started laying the bed liner, but after many patient hours of our little space heater and our wonderful paint booth here, I finally have it completely done. I rotated the heater, let it sit on each area and cure up as best I can get it. And as far as temperature, I'm in here sweating in a hoodie, so I think it will do, because we have 50s the next several days. So now that this can sit here and cure in the warm garage overnight, it should be good and ready to be put on tomorrow or the next day. Alrighty, we got the bumper on. It is fairly well adjusted. Got our driver cube mounted over there. Threw our red shackles in. I did, however, though, have to extend the reverse light pod wires here so we can get it fitted up in there. And then for our LED strip there, I'm going to have to wait to attach that because it covers As you can see right there, that strip. And we need to access our spare tire carrier so that we can get our train horns up there in the video that comes right after this one. And here we have the finished product. I believe we left off, you guys were watching us put in our new LED license plate lights. I drilled 3 holes for those. I got my strip nice and mounted up under the tailgate here. We got our cubes mounted up in the side for reverse. We even got the hitch slid back forward, and of course our red D-rings. And it is looking pretty spiffy, if I do say so myself. Let me back up here, not fall over. It looks sharp. I was a little hesitant about straying away from my roll pan because the only reason I changed it is because I messed it up and I thought it was perfect, but I'm really liking the bumper. So now it is B-roll time. I will do the different lights that it's got all on it and let y'all take a better look. And don't forget, code SUPER50 will save you some money on your very own move bumper yourself. It's not specific to the Embark kits. It's any bumper purchase you want to make on the website. Code SUPER50. So thanks for watching. Enjoy the B-roll. And stay tuned for next video. It'll either be train horns or injectors. One of the two. Well, actually there's the radiator leak and the alternator that we had to deal with. But either way, more videos to come. 4 or 5. We're also headed to Lone Star Throwdown, so that's going to be a video. And then we're headed up to Blake Fitzgerald's meet in Tennessee before we loop back around through Missouri to meet up with a bunch of other second-gen friends, do a reveal of a truck, before we finally make it back to Denver, Colorado. Gotta love when a project turns out exactly how you wanted it to. I'm 110% pleased with how the bumper came out visually, and I'm sure structurally it will do just as good if needed. Thanks again to Move for working with me on this video, It's definitely cool to have you all a part of the build. The bumpers get compliments and looks everywhere the truck goes. Thanks to you guys for watching if you have made it this far. And please drop a like and a comment on what you liked or didn't like on the video. There's always room for improvement. And subscribe for next time. I got plenty more videos coming. A whole Lone Star Throwdown Texas trip. And we're even headed up to Tennessee, where the truck will probably end up on the dyno again. So we can see what those new injectors have done. I don't know if you guys have seen the injector video or not, but if you haven't, it's coming very soon. And if you have, then look forward to that dyno day.